What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be clearing stage 6 of the intensifying fights here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our missions. So we have to defeat it once. They want us to fight against Jackie Chun. And then for the special conditions here, we've got to use a youth category team. Okay, so now they do give us some little pointers and hints. So if we take a look at the stage 6 hints here in the event details, effective category is going to be youth, obviously, and then the factor that decides which opponent you face is the number of key spheres obtained in phase 2. So then phase 3, I think we're either going to be facing off against a Krillin enemy if we fail, and if we succeed, we'll be facing off against the Jackie Chun to get that mission done. So I believe the number of rainbow key spheres we're going to need in phase 2 is 12. So we will have to keep that in mind as we move forward. Now the main thing that I'm worried about, let's go ahead and build a youth team here real quick. So the main thing that I'm worried about with the team build that we put together is making a team that's too strong, and then we have the issue where, you know, we finish that second phase in one turn and we're unable to select the 12 key spheres in time. I suppose we could just use Path to Power Kid Goku as the lead. There's no real reason why not, right? And then from here, yeah, so we do want to try and keep in mind rainbow orb changers, because we're going to need to be selecting as many rainbow key spheres as possible. So having a lot of rainbow orb changers on the team is probably going to be a good idea. I guess with that considered, let's go ahead and do this. Where's it at here? Key sphere change. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so these are all of our key changers. So we know she's going to be a rainbow orb changer. This guy is only providing int orbs, right? No, he actually is giving us rainbow orb changing as well. Okay, so I guess we'll put him. And then, does Gotenks have a... Oh, he does have rainbow orb changing as well. Okay. I guess that works. Yeah, I am a little bit worried about this just because this team does look so strong, right? Yeah, maybe we should pick, like, a weaker option in here. Like, the Gotenks and Ghosts could probably be good. That's going to be another rainbow orb changer for us, but not quite as strong of a unit. Maybe that'll work out. And then I kind of want to just use Path to Power Goku as the friend lead as well. Let's see if we can find a rainbowed one. No. Kind of rare for the friends list. Because he is providing orb changing as well, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so basically everyone on our team is a rainbow orb changer. I hope that that's not going to be too much of overkill. Let's see. Okay, we'll go ahead and jump straight in. No reason to take damage on the map. Okay, so obviously the name of the game is just kind of setting up for that second phase. I guess we want to try to do as little damage as possible. Like, on the second phase of the fight, right? It doesn't really matter so much for the first phase here. Getting through this will be fine. But yeah, once we get to that second phase, we do kind of want to move slowly. Because I think, like I said, we do need 12 rainbow orbs. So that could be a little bit difficult to achieve if we're unable to select, like, 4 rainbow orbs with each character in the one turn. Then we're going to have to hope that that second phase at least lasts 2 turns. I'm not quite sure about the power level of this event yet, though, so we'll see. Oh, yeah, but Bulma with type disadvantage is doing that much damage here. I can't imagine this event's going to be too strong. We'll see, we'll see. Only time will tell. Yeah, I'm definitely worried about that. Oof. Maybe we should have rotated off Path to Power Goku. I was just assuming that Gotenks would be, like, the heavier damaging unit, but I didn't really consider how many additionals Goku's gonna do. Because the thing is, like, with the amount of rainbow orb changers we have, it is possible that we could get our 12 orbs in the one turn. But I'm thinking more likely we're probably just gonna need to last 2 turns here. I mean, okay, that's a lot of rainbow orbs. Let's see. So we can get 4 with her. Will this also give us 4? It will. I think I like this idea. So let's give her 4 up here. And she's got the dodge chance and stuff, so I'm fine leaving her in slot 1. I think that'll be okay. Shoot. I still want to try to get 4 with everybody if I can. Maybe I should rotate him off, though. How do we want to do this? Yeah, let's grab those for him. That way it's not an overwhelming amount of orbs as well. And then, oh shoot, it looks like we can only get 3 on this last selection. So, yeah, so that was 11 rainbow orbs. We're 1 orb shy, so we can't KO Namu here. Otherwise, we're going to get fed the Krillin fight instead of the Jackie Chun fight. So we're going to have to hope we don't do much damage. Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. And then, yeah, we didn't get a massive amount of orbs with this guy to get a huge nuke off either, which is really good. That is definitely helpful for us. Awesome, okay. Yeah, so there's no way that we're going to be taking this down in the 1 turn. And then we have a very, very strong turn on the next rotation. Okay, and we got lucky that Namu supered us in that middle slot, because obviously that was our strongest defensive unit on the rotation. I do happen to know that this is not a complete slouch event. I think if you're uncareful, or if we were to use some of those really crappy cards that we could have picked, we could actually take some real damage from super attacks and stuff, right? Okay, well, this is gonna be fine. I guess I'll just leave the rotation set like this, how it is. And then there we go. With that, we are above the 12 key sphere selection, so it will feed us the Jackie Chun. So now we just need to start fixing our rotations to make it ready for that final phase, which we pretty much are at this point. We've got, you know, the Bulma on this rotation, who's going to be our slot 1 against Jackie Chun, and then the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks on the opposite side. So, having the Path to Power Kid Goku split on the opposite rotations would be nicer, because I think that the Jackie Chun phase is going to be int, just like the LR World Tournament Jackie Chun card is. So, we'll see if that comes to fruition, but yeah, if it is int, it will be nice to have the physical characters facing off against them, right? Okay, and yeah, here's why I was very glad we didn't have a Path to Power Kid Goku on the first turn of this fight, this Phase 2 fight here, because he is just doing way too much damage to ensure that we would have gotten a second turn here, right? But yeah, it makes sense why they make 12 the cutoff number for these. I think it has been in the past. There has been one other intensifying fight stage where you needed a specific number of rainbow key sphere selection, and they usually go for 12 because it's really, really hard to get 4. Well, it's hard to get 5 with a character in general, because if it's ever going to feed you any other orbs besides the rainbow orbs, it can only give you 4 at most, because that 5th orb slot has to feed into like the type orbs. So the only time you're going to see... Okay, so there we go. We did get the Jackie Chun fight. The only time you're going to see 5 key spheres selected with all rainbows and ignoring all the other orbs around it is when you have a character that has a passive that receives more ki per rainbow key sphere obtained. Then it will prioritize those on the key board instead of the type orbs next to it. But yeah, otherwise the most you're ever going to get is 4. For example, right here, in order to get those purples at the top, it literally can't select that other rainbow key sphere, so you can only get 4. But yeah, it's still very, very difficult to get, even just get 4. I guess I can select all of these orbs, and then we can grab the physicals with Gohan here. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. And then we can give all those to Bulma at the back end. Perfect. Should be good, should be good. Let's see a slot 1 super. We know Gotenks likes to tank those. No? Oh my goodness. He was actually taking quite a bit of damage there. I mean, I know he's got type disadvantage, but he has a lot of defense, so that's a little bit scary. I'm thinking it's possible we could take a KO. We have to be a little bit cautious moving forward here. Jackie Chun probably has some real stats on him. Actually, it might not matter. Well, let's see what we take here. Let's see if we double-digit tank this or not. Okay, yeah, we're fine, we're fine. Yeah, at this point, it's probably a wrap, because that was the super attack for the turn. I'm assuming he can only super once, and then we're going to have a Path to Power Goku finish up things for us on the next rotation here, right? So, he should be good. There we go. Bulma dodging as planned. Okay, I'm probably just going to put Goku slot 1. Why not? He's been doing fine thus far. It's not an optimal play. And obviously in like really tough challenge content, you wouldn't want to do that. But here, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference for us. It's actually been clutch having the Tech Bulma and the Gotenks and Ghost, because both of them are healing with Rainbow Orbs obtained. So that's been a really easy way to keep our HP full while we've been going through this event. Yeah, this definitely wasn't too difficult of a one. I'm pleased that they made the activation condition for this final fight a little bit easier, because obviously that's the gimmick that we consistently see with these intensifying fight stages, is the you know, they have some type of gimmick that you have to do throughout the fight in order to proc a specific you know, phase of the fight to happen, and then there will be a mission linked to clearing that phase. So for this one, it was the Jackie Chun phase. But yeah, so previously, I think it was in, like, stage 3, I want to say, or maybe it was 5, against Gotenks. There was one where you had to, like, it wasn't about doing the most amount of something, it was about doing the least amount of something, and that made it really, really difficult, right? I can't remember exactly what it was, but there were some of them that were really annoying. Like, you had to do, or no, that's what it was. You had to do the most amount of super attacks. I think you had to do like 12 super attacks during the phase in order to move on to the next phase, you know, and get the proper fight that you wanted to get. Oh, sweet. Yeah, might as well. Let's go ahead and finish this up with the active skill. But yeah, so like doing 12 attacks on one phase was really hard to do, because you had to do a lot of attacks that weren't heavy damaging. It was so hard to not just KO the enemy before doing that many amount of attacks over and over, right? And I think it was super attacks specifically even, and not just attacks in general. So yeah, ones like that are very difficult. But yeah, this one didn't seem too difficult, as long as you didn't have the Path to Power Goku in there molly-whopping right away in that second phase. I guess I could see how we would have failed there. But overall, not too difficult. So there we go. That's all of the missions cleared for stage 6 of Intensifying Fights. We've got another stage coming in a couple weeks here with the Cell Celebration. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below. That's going to do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.